A Russian submarine is in serious trouble. It is stuck in a critical sea lane, right on NATO's doorstep. This incident involves a Kilo-class submarine named Novorossiysk. The vessel now sits surfaced and vulnerable near the Strait of Gibraltar. It is suffering from a major technical failure. Reports suggest a dangerous fuel leak is the cause. This situation is not just a mechanical problem. It is a moment of deep embarrassment for Russia. It exposes weaknesses in its naval power for the entire world to see. A modern submarine, once a tool of intimidation, now disabled and helpless. The Novorossiysk is a diesel-electric submarine. Designed to be a quiet and deadly hunter-killer, it can carry a formidable arsenal of torpedoes. The submarine at the center of this crisis is the Novorossiysk, a Project 636.3 improved Kilo-class boat, known in the West for relative stealth, nicknamed the Black Hole, assigned to the Black Sea Fleet, already battered by wartime losses. Present near the Strait of Gibraltar, a choke point between the Atlantic and the Mediterranean, it surfaced with a catastrophic technical issue. Open-source information points to a severe fuel system malfunction. Fuel allegedly leaked directly into an internal compartment. Reportedly, the crew cannot fix the problem at sea. Unable to dive and unable to safely submerge, the location ensures maximum visibility and scrutiny. Its position and condition are now monitored by potential adversaries. A lack of specialists and spare parts compounds the danger. Managing immediate danger while awaiting outside assistance is their only option. A stark gap between strategy and logistics is on display. Diesel fuel, while less volatile than gasoline, is hazardous in confined spaces. Fumes can quickly fill enclosed areas. Symptoms include dizziness, headaches, and nausea. Sealing the affected compartment is critical, but vapors can still spread. Ignition sources abound, electrical sparks, and hot machinery. Diesel's higher flash point lowers risk, but never to zero. A fire can spread with terrifying speed and produce thick, toxic smoke. It can incapacitate crew and overwhelm suppression systems. In worst cases, the vessel can be lost. A major fuel line failure requires specialized equipment and parts. Reports say the Novorossiysk lacks both. One desperate option: pump fuel into the sea to reduce onboard hazard. That would create a significant environmental problem. It also leaves the submarine powerless and dependent on a tow, assuming a tow is even possible. The most immediate and frightening consequence is the potential to sink. If the leak triggers a fire or explosion, hull integrity could be compromised. Losing systems can mean losing buoyancy and foundering. A sinking would almost certainly cost 52 lives. Beyond the human cost, it would be a major material blow to the Russian Navy. Environmental risks are severe if fuel is pumped overboard or tanks rupture. The strait is a rich ecosystem: fish, seabirds, marine mammals at risk. Spills could impact Spain and Morocco, harming fisheries and tourism. A stricken Russian sub under NATO watch raises diplomatic tension. The outcome hinges on technical skill, logistics, and diplomacy. Any misstep could turn a naval emergency into an international incident. The stakes are incredibly high for everyone. This incident inevitably brings to mind the tragic sinking of the Kursk in 2000. That disaster defined Putin's first year in office. A faulty torpedo detonated, triggering a larger blast. Moscow downplayed the crisis and refused help, sealing the fate of survivors. Today, a modern Russian submarine is again in distress, under the glare of international attention. Given tensions, acceptance of NATO aid is unlikely. In 2024, Kazan showed missing sound-dampening tiles, maintenance red flags. Vyshny Volochyok was damaged in a tanker collision. Basic seamanship failure. War losses and attrition paint a navy in decline. Strain diverts resources from maintenance and training. Sanctions complicate access to high-tech components and spares. Vessels deploy not fully mission-capable with thin logistics behind them. The Novorossiysk may be a symptom of deeper naval decay. Resolving this crisis is a logistical and diplomatic nightmare for Moscow. Loss of unconditional access to Tartus removed a crucial support hub. Without it, any rescue or repair is far harder. Support ships would need to come from faraway fleets. A long, slow journey around Europe under constant surveillance. Transit may require Spanish territorial waters, politically charged. Morocco too would face pressure, given past aid to Ukraine. Russia could be forced to ask rivals just to attempt a rescue. Sanctions restrict advanced electronics and precision machinery. The reported lack of spares aboard is a direct reflection. Even arriving support may lack specific equipment for complex repairs, leaving towing as the only viable yet risky option. The tow would be a public procession of failure. Moscow may have to endure what it cannot avoid. The primary strategic role of a submarine like Novorossiysk is power projection. They shape adversaries' calculations without firing a shot. Surfaced, disabled, and in need of rescue is the opposite of credible threat. Russia's Mediterranean presence is directly undermined. A long-aimed counterweight to NATO now looks thin. After Moskva, another high-profile failure deepens the narrative of decay. Morale, recruitment, and retention could suffer. Ambition and reality are drifting apart. Maintenance, logistics, and quality control appear stressed. Impressive hardware means little if it cannot be maintained. This single event forces a reassessment of Russia's naval power. A paper tiger, more show than sustained capability. The message, projection without sustainment, is vulnerability. Best case, a powerful tug arrives to tow the sub to safety, but the tow would be long, slow, and dangerous. If the leak worsens or a fire breaks out, the crew may abandon ship. That would trigger major search and rescue, while the vessel is likely lost. A seabed wreck would pose long-term environmental hazards. Maritime tradition compels assistance, but politics may block acceptance. Accepting NATO help risks humiliation. Refusal risks lives. Russia is likely to insist on handling this alone. The Ukraine war has strained resources, supply chains, and diplomacy. Those stresses now reach distant waters. The world will watch whether Russia manages the crisis or adds a new chapter of failure. For the sailors aboard, the next hours may decide everything. The breakdown is more than a technical malfunction. It lays bare systemic weaknesses in the Russian Navy. A leak the crew cannot repair speaks to maintenance, logistics, and readiness. In a strategic choke point, power projection becomes public frailty, a tactical embarrassment, and a strategic setback. Approximately 52 sailors face fire, fumes, and potential loss of their boat. Their fate now rests on a difficult rescue, burdened by distance and diplomacy. The hope must be for a peaceful resolution that saves every life. The sailors are victims of a failing system. Their safety must come first. For NATO, it underscores the need for maritime vigilance. Analysts see a force under considerable strain. Follow reliable, verified reporting as the situation evolves. Responses from Russia and others will shape long-term security implications. This outcome will signal the true state of Russia's power at sea. We must continue to watch, listen, and learn.